came here yesterday, 24 hours ago. It was dismal, it was drizzly, it was very depressing. The graffiti was covered up by bin bags. But if you look now, they've had to close the road here, and the reason they've had to close the road is, I'm going to step back and you can see the full extent of the Rashford mural with all the England flags, hundreds and hundreds of messages of support. The whole community has come out in support of Rashford, who's spoken about his problems with that penalty, but refusing to apologise for being what he is. Very, very strong messages on the racism issue from Marcus Rashford, because he's been making strong messages for many, many months now. Let me come across now and talk to the executive member for Manchester City Council, Rabnawaz Akbar. You've been responsible for the community in Manchester. This is probably the ultimate community response, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yesterday morning getting up was really disappointing after the result before, but as news filtered through that some of the England players, including Marcus Rashford, had been subjected to online racial abuse, it turned into anger. I'd say then it turned into frustration. How do we respond? And then as the day went on, spontaneously, in true Manchester fashion, people started to come here and put messages of solidarity, support, not only to Marcus Rashford, but also the other two players as well who've been subjected to the same abuse. And overnight, it's just a fantastic Manchester response, really, and I'm so proud of it, so proud of the community, how they've responded to this.
You read some of the messages. Just give us a hint of what they're saying.
Love, support, solidarity, how he's made us so proud, and like I said, not just for Marcus but for the other players as well. And it's rightly so as well, because over the last 15 months or so, Marcus has not been only a sporting hero for people in this city, but also he's been a hero for young people. It was his campaign that made sure that thousands of young people got fed and the government had to make a U-turn. And I think this is a community's way of saying, we've got your back, Marcus, you're our hero and we're going to stand by you.
It feels almost like a pivotal moment. We've had so many stages in this campaign over recent months, but this feels as a special stage.
I think you're right. I think over the last year we've seen footballers take the knee at Premier League matches. The England football team has done so on an international stage. And so even after all that, we still had the racism we got on Sunday night. I think this is a pivotal moment because it's spontaneous and people have just come out. And I think it's probably they're saying enough is enough. You know, not only racism, racism in football, but racism in society. And hopefully, as you say, I think this will be a pivotal moment. All these messages will actually be stored in the National Football Museum and will be stored there forever as a memory of hopefully a landmark moment when actually we finally said zero tolerance to racism.
And this mural has become a real magnet for people coming to Withington. I guess those visitor numbers are going to go up, aren't they?
I think so, yeah, especially this year with people not being able to go abroad. I think this will become a major attraction in Manchester, and rightly so, yeah, I think deservedly so. But so happy for Marcus. I think, you know, like I said, he stood up for us. He stood up for the communities and the people of Manchester, and the people of Manchester saying, we've got your back.
Rabnawaz, thanks for your time. It's a really, really impressive turnout by the people of Manchester. Marcus Rashford may have missed that penalty. England may have lost that penalty shootout and lost that final. But you just sense today a really significant victory and a wider victory for the whole community here in Withington.